It's that time of the year again. I mean, it's that time of the year again where the AQI is increasing, the eyes are burning, the throats are hurting, and there's not a lot we can do to maintain the air quality outdoors, but the best we can do is maintain the air quality indoors, and that's where air purifiers come in. So I started my search for the best air purifier, keeping a cap of 10,000 rupees because that's the budget for a lot of people, and in this price range, I found 5 air purifiers to be the best. There was the Mi Smart Air Purifier 4 Lite, Philips Smart Air Purifier, Coway Air Mega Aim, Qubo Q500, and the Honeywell Air Touch V4. Now these were the best I found online in terms of specs, ratings, whatnot, but I had some issues with one of these. I'm talking about the Philips one. See, this has the lowest clean air delivery rate, aka CADR, and also the smallest coverage area among all. But the main reason I rejected this was the unavailability of its air filter. I just couldn't find it anywhere. In basic sense, why would you buy something with no spare parts available? Anyway, so we got these 4 air purifiers. We've been testing things, and first of all, let's talk design and functionality. See, most air purifiers have the same pillar-like design structure, but 2 air purifiers in this list have a very unique design. You know what? Let's take it one by one. So this is the Mi Smart Air Purifier 4 Lite, and this has this pillar-like shape, and it has vents on every side for air intake, and it blows out clean air from the top vent here. This also has a digital display for PM 2.5 reading, temperature, and even moisture. I mean, this has the most sensors compared to other air purifiers, so that's pretty good. And you know what, while we're at it, let me clear one big myth that everyone believes. See this number here? Everyone thinks this is just the AQI, but this does not actually show AQI, and I'm talking about every air purifier. This is actually the PM 2.5 reading. I mean, even the official website says the same. Anyway, the Xiaomi Air Purifier can be paired with the Mi Home app to change fan speed, set it to auto mode, set schedules, adjust the brightness of the display, set up child lock, which is very useful. And the Mi Air Purifier works with both Google Assistant and Alexa, so you can control things via your smart speaker as well. I mean, this lacks important buttons. It just has these 2 touch sensors on the top, one for power on and off, and the other for resetting the device. So for every control, you're forced to use the phone or, like I said, a smart speaker, but there's also a plus side to it. I mean, with the app or using Google Assistant, you can control the air purifier from anywhere, the flexibility that you don't get with a remote that a lot of other air purifiers have. Then there's the Qubo Q500 Air Purifier, and this looks somewhat similar to the Mi Air Purifier, and it has a display that shows PM 2.5 values, but the air inlet vents are not on every side, just on the front and back, and the airflow works similarly to the Mi Air Purifier. This one also comes with app support, and honestly, the Qubo app needs a lot of work. It's super buggy and shows error message every single time you try pairing the device, and that's just sad. I think Qubo should have given a remote to control this instead, but the air purifier fortunately has these touch sensors on top for controls, like for different fan speeds, auto mode, timer, resetting the device, and even the child lock. Now the Honeywell Air Purifier does not follow the whole pillar-like design. It's more of a standing mini cooler. I mean, the design looks clean, and for air intake, it has these side vents, and to throw out the clean air, it has this vent on the top. The front is its control center and has buttons for sleep mode, timer, fan speed, and even UV sterilization. Also, this has color bars to indicate PM 2.5 values, green for good, yellow for mid, and red for you know it. This one lacks app connectivity but comes with an old AC kind of remote and has all the functional buttons here. So yeah, simple is better sometimes. Finally, the Coway Air Purifier, and this has to have the most interesting design out of the lot. So this is what it looks like, and this has air inlet vents on all sides, top vent for clean air to come out, the usual. But the interesting part is it comes with a hinge, and you can tilt it from 90 degrees to minus 15 degrees like this. But again, what's the use of it? Well, since the fan throws out clean air from the top, tilt it down and you can use it like a table fan, and you also get clean air. Another interesting feature is its one-click auto rotation. Yeah, now it's a perfect table fan, right? Now this too has buttons down here for power on off, rotation, fan speed, timer, auto mode, reset button, child lock, and even a light button to switch off the digital display. This one also comes with a mini remote to control everything, which is great since no app support, and since it does not show the PM 2.5 values, it has its own way of indicating the AQI with colors and this cool DNA kind of animation that really stands out. So design wise, all of them look pretty different, so I'd love to know from you which design do you think is the coolest. Comment down below. Now let's move to the core part. coming to the air purification, we tested things in 3 different rooms with 3 different sizes, obviously. But how do we trust the PM2.5 value shown on the screen of these air purifiers or the color bars? And that's where an AQI monitor comes in handy. I mean, this is the AQI monitor we got just to be sure about the exact AQI and PM2.5 readings. And it also detects CO2 concentration, PM10, temperature, and even humidity pretty accurately. So before every test, we let the outside air come in, pollute the place. We noted the AQI. Then we ran the air purifier for 30 minutes and again noted the AQI and repeated the process. For test 1, the room size was 151 square feet and these were the AQI, PM2.5 and PM10 values at the start of the test. And now check out the values after the 30-minute run. Yeah, as you can see, all these air purifiers did a good job at, cleaning out the pollution. I mean, Coway could have done better with PM10 particles, but other than that, these are all pretty effective. But if you look closely, you can see that the Mi Air Purifier 4 Lite does the best job bringing the numbers to the lowest. Now time for test number 2, and the room size was 288 square feet and we repeated the 30-minute process for each air purifier again, and these are the results before and after. Now here clearly Honeywell is ahead of everyone, dropping the AQI from 121 to 50. It even did the best in terms of PM2.5 and PM10 particles. Now to be honest, the others have done a good job too, but yeah, Honeywell is slightly better here. And finally, test number 3, the largest room size, 554 square feet, and the 30-minute process was repeated again for each device, and here are the results. And I think this test was most important because most of us want to use these air purifiers in bigger rooms, halls, and in this test, the Mi Air Purifier was the best, taking the AQI down from 148 to 67 and the PM2.5 to 49 from 112. Even the PM10 values are great. So yeah, the Mi Air Purifier did a good job. It did slightly better than others, but even the other air purifiers did fairly well. It wasn't a big of a difference. So how do we decide which one to buy? I know it looks pretty hard right now, but it isn't, because there's something else you need to know. Look, I'm talking about filters, filter cost, warranty, service and support. These are all important factors. So let's talk about filters first. So every one of these air purifiers has high-grade HEPA filters. Mi Air Purifier has true HEPA and all the others have H13 HEPA filter. Now I know even I was confused, like what's the difference? So yeah, the true HEPA filter targets 0.3 micron particles and H13 can target even smaller particles of around 0.1 micron. So basically H13 is considered to be slightly better. But this is not the only filter these have. All of these pack in multiple filters, and brownie points to Honeywell as it has the most filters. But this also results in a negative. So here are the cost of the filters in these devices, and Honeywell has the most expensive filter because you need not 1 but 2 compound filters here. And I know these filters last for approximately a year, but I wouldn't want to pay this much for just a replacement filter. I mean, the air purifier costs 10,000 rupees and I wouldn't want the filter to cost 5,000. When it comes to warranties, Coway is just way ahead with 7 years, followed by Honeywell with 2 years of warranty, while Mi and Qubo devices have just 1 year warranty. Now in terms of service center, a lot obviously depends on where you live, you'll have to check. But if you live in a metro city, all of these brands have service centers available, and Coway I think deserves a special mention because they are the only ones to offer quick call assistance, and they were the only ones to offer live demos once the product was delivered. Now before I go ahead with the verdict, I'd highly appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, because that's a big motivation for us to test out all these devices and bring you the best results. Now after looking at everything, the features, the air quality tests that we did, the filter cost, I think there are 2 best air purifiers. So number 1 has to be the Mi Smart Air Purifier 4 Lite, which is kind of a complete package. I mean, it did the best in our test, has a clean design, all the necessary features. But if say you're buying an air purifier for your parents or elders in your house and you don't want app connectivity, or you want a sort of a more unique design, then there's the Coway Air Purifier, which I think makes a lot of sense. I mean, this obviously works fairly well, and not to forget its tiltable hinge, auto rotation, longer warranty and good remote functionality. Yep, it's a very close second to the Mi Air Purifier. Plus I think it looks best and goes with the interior of a living room. Now as for Honeywell, the filter costs are a problem, and even though the Qubo Q500 performed decently and got decent scores in the tests, I'll still not recommend it because of the not so good Qubo app. But that was pretty much it. I hope this video filtered out all your doubts, and if you've used any of these air purifiers, make sure to share your experience in the comment section below, and if you still have any more questions, drop them down and I'll answer them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.